Hello, hello. My name is Ross Fertel. I'm the second edition brand manager, and I'm going to, well, I've already cast my vote by the time you've seen this for the Dream Card entry with Chain of Command. Just thought that I would get some thoughts on the entries out so that you could hear my deliberations. Remember, these are my opinions and my opinions only. They do not represent anyone else in the committee. They're also not official from the committee. Remember, I'm not a designer, and as we go through these entries, you will quickly see why. That being said, let me go through these. The one that I'm kind of placed at the bottom of my rankings is the Alpha event. I do very much like this card in concept. It's a very cool idea for battle cards. I do like where it was going. It just seems like it's a little too easy to abuse, especially with you being able to not only keep getting other attack patterns, not only downloaded, but placing one in your core. Yes, you have to have one in your hand, but when you win an engagement, you get another attack pattern card. Just seems like a whole lot of power, especially at 3 cost. Also, that's pretty rough with damage at the start of your turn, losing someone. That's really powerful, and I do like the concept. The idea to help make battle a little easier just doesn't really seem like a good thing that would be added to the game. Next card that I have is the Orb of Wisdom. On the surface, it looks like a very good card. I could see this being used in a lot of decks. Being an orb, it looks like it's tailored to the Bajorans, but I could definitely see other players, other affiliations using this card. There does seem to be a lot of back and forth with it, especially going back to your hand. If you keep on using it each turn, there's going to be kind of an upkeep cost of 3. Plus, Cunning is a pretty easy attribute to boost. Again, very good concept. It just doesn't really seem like this would be very good in play. Next, I'm looking at Attained, and I do like this is kind of wonky. I also like that you could also use this as much for offense as of defense. Given the popularity of Wharf, this really wouldn't be too bad of a thing to stock in your deck and play against your opponent, kind of throwing off their skill matrix, especially if they're playing with an honor style deck. That being said, if this seems like it's something that you could get chaosy really fast with the dilemma piles being switched with your opponent, especially if they're using something along the lines of 8472. And the way it's written, do you keep switching piles during the game? I'm not sure, but it does look like that. Then I'm getting to the card Admiralty. This does seem like a pretty neat event. There are a lot of neat tricks that you can do with this. I've looked at the cards that have Admiral. There's some really cool things that could happen. I really would want to see what playtester feedback is on this card. Where this is not a dream card contest, but at 1, it's a pretty cheap event, and there's a big benefit if you have the right cards in play. Commanders, leadership, and command personnel and officer. Just seems like you could really build your things about that. On that note, it does seem like it might be a little affiliation bleeding with all the things that some admirals can do. I understand that you have to command Earth, but in all honesty, that's not a whole lot of a hurdle in the modern day and age. The next 2 cards I was going back and forth on. Again, all the entries are strong, but these were the 2 that I didn't know which one that I would officially cast my vote for. Looking at the Spectre of the Nagus, I do like that it's a constant effect that they have, and it also does help them with their deficiency. Ferengi don't really have a lot of integrity. There's requirements for you to get that integrity bonus. And I also like how the other half helps keep the Ferengi stuff that they want in play. This does seem like it would benefit the Ferengi a lot. Just between the two, this seemed a little more niche. So that's why, in the end, I went with the exploding console. This is a very solid entry. I could see a lot of card decks using this card. There's a really cool things you can do with this. It's not a card for all decks, but I could see a lot of people that are using this. That when you need it, it's there, and it is very useful. Plus, there's a joke with the exploding console. So there you have it. I decided to vote for the first entry, vote A, the exploding console. What do you think? Feel free to write something in the comments. Also, in the comments below, you could see right here the entry for the forum on the thread on the forums. Make sure you get your votes in. Want to thank Nathan Miracle for getting this up and running. Do also want to thank Danny for taking the ball and running with it. Also, thank you to everyone who put in your entries. Keep on submitting entries. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you at the next deliberation. Take care and keep playing.